We are back at it again here with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. To the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel. To all subscribers, welcome back. I'll ask for returns for you guys to smash that like button. And here we are with NUWE. This was the home run opportunity of the day. We're going to talk about what made it explode higher, how we actually watched this one and caught it in the pre-market, and what's going on with 42 Vision and the inflow versus outflow indicator. And as it ended the day above where things open. And the question is, could this continue? But before we break it all down, I want to share with you guys when we mentioned it this morning. And as you see here popping up on the screen, these are some of the home runs I managed to find this week alone. While it's not guaranteed to be this way every single day, we strive for opportunities like these every single day. So the home run of the day was spectacular and beyond expectations. And if you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. And by joining, you'll become part of our growing community of investors, all looking to learn and grow together. So these are the stocks I mentioned this morning, and one of them turned out to be a home run. That was NUWE. We caught this one in the pre-market under a bear indicator, consolidating towards the bell. And after the bell, got that bull indicator, full strength on 42 Vision. Inflow started to pick up, full strength as well. And as you can see here, getting a highest point of 70% plus within minutes, guys. If you guys want to know about these stocks early on in the pre-market, check out the link down below in the description to the Discord. We look forward to having you join us, and we strive for opportunities like these every single day. Let's jump into these charts. So here we are with NUWE. Had an explosive move as I stated earlier in the video, and as you saw, we caught this one early on in the pre-market consolidating. The inflows picked up, got that bull indicator, and it jumped up nearly 70% plus. But in the overall day so far, from the bottom to the peak and coming back down, it is still up over 100% plus. And we're going to talk about, could this hold itself up or even possibly continue, and what levels to look at. I'm going to pull up the bull and bear indicators, which you can now gain access to as well. The link is down below in the description to the 42 Vision indicator, getting connected to the SPY bot, the QQQ bot, our newly released Tesla bot, and we have other bots on the way so that you can receive the clarity and edge that you deserve within the volatility of the markets to maximize on opportunities, whether stocks are going up or going down. And you can now join the members using these resources to maximize in either direction by receiving this clarity and edge over the charts. And in today's video, I'm going to pull up the inflow versus outflow indicator that adds that extra layer of confirmation and edge within the volatility of the market. So here we are with NUWE on the 15-minute, got a bull indicator, full transition into strength. Those inflows continued. You could see how they slowed down towards the bell, but then they actually went ahead and picked up before starting the outflow. So for most of the day, after that jump up, once it hit the peak of about 180, sat sideways, came back up to the 170s, but outflows dominated for the most of the day. But the one thing that has not allowed this to collapse completely back down is the fact that even though it crossed those outflows, they're not pulling much further away from the midpoint. If anything, they're kind of fighting there and sat sideways trying to bring itself back up. And I'm going to be watching for that going into tomorrow if those inflows could pick up. So as we zoom in here to the 1 minute, you could see when things started to pick up here after consolidating and getting that bear indicator. As you saw earlier in the video, that bull indicator popped up. Those inflows got crossed here. That bull indicator and full strength to the upside. And for most of the day, it gave opportunities within the dips and the rips of 10 to 20%. And even 20% plus. But on the overall day, again, when we zoom out and we look at this from the bigger picture, you could go ahead and see that it's trying to hold itself up from yesterday's bull indicator. But in the volatility, a bear indicator has popped up here at 152. And we're going to break down some key levels. The outflows did get crossed, and they haven't crossed back up since then. And that's what we're going to look at. But why did this stock go higher? Well, it was pretty big news that came out. It was new clinical data on coronary artery bypass grafting. Now, those that understand science and know a little bit more about this, this is life-changing because this helps out in surgeries and it's innovative. And one of the key words that stood out to me in this whole entire thing, because when it comes to the scientific terms of things, I can't completely grasp it. I could only look at it from the superficial level, but those that understand this was pretty big. And it talks here that in cardiac surgery to treat fluid overload, this is innovative. The word innovative is what really stood out to me in the whole process. And as you read more on it, it is life-changing, and it's going to create, right, an approximate 40% of total revenue for the company. Now, apart from that, you also have news coming out here and stating the short interest for this company, guys. As of today, the short percent of the float has risen 61% since it last reported, and the company recently reported it has 22,000 shares sold short, which is 0.21% of regular shares that are available for trading. So it would allow them to have a 0.1 days to cover their short position on average. So the short interest right now in the last 3 months has been rising leading up to this point, right? August 28th is the last date of the reporting. This is very interesting because this is no longer just the news, the catalyst, and the company's stock going up higher, but also now creating a possible short squeeze. Now, in this process here, some could state that some shorts got squeezed out of their positions. That's just speculation right now. And it's also speculation if there's possibly any other possibility of a short squeeze if this does continue to run, right? So we're going to look at some key levels. Zoomed in the volatility on the 5-minute, it is under a bear indicator. It is under outflows. Even zoomed out towards the 15-minute, but the outflows are right there, guys. I'm going to be watching that very, very carefully as it continues into tomorrow, if it could cross back up, and if a bull indicator can continue to hold true as the one from down here at 62 cents. Pretty big move from those lows to the highs, nearly 200% plus. Right now, it's still above 130% at the day of closing, but let's zoom out to the 30-minute and look at some key levels here. And here we are with it sitting sideways, slightly above 130. And I believe that's one of the first support levels to be watching, right? But before we break it down here, I want to go ahead and state, and I'm a big advocate on this, and this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion and perspective alone. But I'm a big advocate that every single investor should have clear charts and an edge within the volatility, because if you look at the 15-minute, it shows us that those inflows are right there about to be crossed, or could it reject it going into tomorrow, and it will reflect in the charts, right? But when you go to the 30-minute, you could see why the stock hasn't completely fallen, still under a bull indicator, no bear indicator, still some strength here, and still above the midpoint. It doesn't have to be 42 vision, but I encourage and I'm an advocate that everyone should have clear charts and an edge, whatever that may be, but that there's clarity and an edge within one's charts, because the volatility, in my opinion, is here to stay. It's not going anywhere, and it's not just for these type of stocks. It's any stock you're charting, but this is what 42 vision shows us, right? It shows us where the strength is in the bars. You could see the bull and bear indicators are there as extra layers of confirmation, and our inflow versus outflow indicator shows us when there's still strength, depending on the time frame one is looking at, and within the volatility, and when there's weakness, whether it stays above the midpoint or it crosses below it. And not just individual stocks, but also such as the SPY, right? Got that bear indicator yesterday. Things actually pulled down. They stayed below the midpoint, shifted from green to red. Those outflows dominated. You could see there was extreme weakness here, brought itself back up, and it was very important at the bell. Is it going to hold up or reject? It rejected. That bear indicator never got canceled out by a bull indicator. Things shifted and it crossed the midpoint, and continuation of weakness all of today again, guys. That's what it's all about. Receiving this edge and clarity over the charts to maximize within the opportunities. And by joining, you'll become part of a community of investors maximizing on opportunities using these resources. Check out the link down below if you're interested in joining. So here we are with NUWE. Again, on the 30-minute, 130 is the first support. Below that would be down here at 110. Those are the key levels I'm watching. And most importantly, these inflows to not cross back down. Even though they're red, I want to see it stay above the midpoint. signifying that there could still be some strength and that the bulls are fighting here, not allowing the bears to take over. To the upside though, we want to see this first break above 165, and then the next resistance level is 180, and then above 180 we can start talking about $2. But before talking about $2, we need to see these inflows pick up here on the 30-minute and break above 180 as the resistance, and also the 5-minute and the 15-minute cross with those inflows back up. Get a bull indicator here to cancel out that bear indicator on the 5-minute chart, and then on the 15-minute to continue to hold that bull indicator here and also cross over the midpoint and start bringing itself back up towards those resistance and strength in the inflows, guys. If it breaks out with a lot of strength, there could be a possible squeeze, but again, that is just speculation right now based off the short interest float. But if it starts falling down really fast, that just means that the bears and the shorts are putting on a lot of pressure to the stock, making it go down and at a very accelerated pace, and this move is fading away. But right now, as you look at it, it's kind of in a staircase effect, and the big question mark is, could it bounce off of it and have even further strength? As I stated, those are the key levels I'm watching. I'm going to be watching these inflow versus outflows and bull and bear indicators on multiple time frames. As always, I look forward to seeing your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.